Welcome back to Tales of the Dark. Tonight, 3 people rented cabins to relax, to disappear for a weekend, to get away from everyone. What they didn't know, something was already waiting inside. Story 1. The guest book. My girlfriend Emma found the listing online. A small cabin 2 hours outside the city. No neighbors, no cell service, just trees, exactly what she wanted. The photos looked normal: wood walls, stone fireplace, a porch facing the woods. There were only 6 reviews, all 5 stars. Every review said the same thing: peaceful, quiet. Perfect escape. That should have been the warning. We arrived just before sunset. The road ended in gravel, then mud, then a narrow path through pine trees. The cabin sat alone in a clearing, no other lights, no houses, no sounds except wind. The key was under a fake rock. Inside smelled like cedar and something damp. Old damp, like a basement that had been closed too long. Emma loved it instantly. She unpacked, started a fire, opened wine. I walked room to room. 1 bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, loft above the living room. Then I noticed something strange. Every mirror in the cabin had been removed, not covered, removed, empty screws still in the walls. I asked Emma if she saw that. She laughed. Maybe people break them. Maybe, but every single one. That night we found a guest book on the coffee table, leather cover. Handwritten entries from visitors, most were normal. Great weekend, loved the stars, would return. Then older pages changed. The handwriting got shakier, shorter. 1 read: he watches from the loft. Another: we heard breathing at night. Another page had only this: do not answer if he calls your name. Emma said it was fake, a gimmick by the host. I wanted to agree, then I checked the dates. Those pages were years older than the listing itself. Around midnight, the fire died down. We went to bed. The bedroom door stayed open to let heat in. At 2:13 a.m., I woke up to footsteps above us. Slow, measured, crossing the loft. I froze. Emma whispered, "Did you hear that?" Another step, then another. There was no second exit upstairs, no ladder noise, no creaking climb. Just footsteps already there. I grabbed my phone, no signal. I used the flashlight, pointed it toward the doorway. The loft opening was visible from bed, dark. Then something moved across it, not walking, crawling, low and quick. Emma started crying quietly. I stood up. Every instinct said don't. But I walked into the living room, phone shaking in my hand. I aimed the light upward. The loft was empty, blankets folded, dust everywhere, no footprints, nothing. Then behind me in the bedroom, Emma screamed my name. I ran back. She was staring at the open doorway. What happened? She couldn't speak, just pointed to the wall beside the bed. Someone had written in the wood, fresh, deep scratches, 3 words. He left upstairs. We ran to the car barefoot, didn't pack, didn't lock the door. As I reversed out, I looked once at the cabin window. Someone stood in the loft, watching us leave. No face, just a shape, still. The host refunded everything the next morning. No message. The listing disappeared by evening. After the first story, I stopped renting places with low reviews. Then my cousin Ryan convinced me to split a weekend cabin 3 states away. He said it was different. Luxury, private lake, hot tub, modern kitchen. The photos looked expensive, too expensive for the price. That should have been enough reason to cancel. We arrived late. Rain hammered the windshield the whole drive. The cabin stood at the end of a narrow dirt road, massive trees around it, no nearby houses, no lights except 1 porch bulb flickering above the door. Inside was beautiful, stone floors, tall ceilings, leather couches, huge windows facing black woods. Ryan laughed. Told you. For the first hour, everything felt normal. Then I noticed something strange in the kitchen. A narrow door beside the pantry, painted the same color as the wall, no handle, just a keyhole. I asked Ryan what it was. He shrugged. Utility room maybe. The host's printed welcome sheet said, "Please enjoy all accessible areas of the property." All accessible areas, weird wording. That night we grilled outside. Rain stopped. Fog rolled across the lake. No insects, no frogs, no wildlife, just silence, heavy silence. At 11:40 p.m. While we were watching a movie, something hit the floor beneath us. A loud thud, like furniture tipping over downstairs. Ryan muted the TV. We listened. Another thud, then scraping, long, slow, dragging across wood. I reminded him there was no downstairs. We were on ground level, single floor. No basement in the listing. We both looked toward the hidden door. Another scrape. Ryan laughed nervously. Pipes. Then 3 knocks came from behind it, not random, deliberate. Knock, knock, knock. We stared for a full minute. Then Ryan grabbed a butter knife and jammed it into the keyhole. The door clicked open by itself. A cold smell poured out. Wet earth, mold, rot, concrete stairs descended into darkness. I backed away immediately. Ryan, being Ryan, turned on his flashlight and went down. I followed because leaving him alone felt worse. The basement was unfinished. Stone walls. Dirt floor in places. Old shelves, chains hanging from ceiling beams. At the far end sat a child's wooden chair facing the wall, and beside it a speaker still powered on. Ryan picked it up. There was a motion sensor taped to it. Then a voice played from somewhere above us. A child laughing outside the cabin right above our heads. We both looked up. Then we heard real footsteps running across the floor upstairs. Fast, multiple, not one person, several. We sprinted back up the stairs. The front door was open. Cold wind pouring in. Mud tracks all over the floor, small footprints, bare feet, leading from the front door straight to the hallway, then disappearing. No exit tracks, no return tracks, just in, not out. Ryan grabbed his keys. We were halfway to the car when every light inside the cabin turned on at once. Every room, every lamp, every window glowing. Then silhouettes crossed the curtains, too short to be adults, too still to be children. We drove all night. At sunrise, Ryan checked the booking app. Reservation cancelled, property unavailable. No host profile, no history, nothing, like the cabin had never existed. I didn't book the cabin, my friend Daniel did. He said he found a place deep in the mountains where no one would bother us for the weekend. No traffic, no tourists, no noise. Just snow, trees, and silence. After everything I'd experienced before, I almost said no, but Daniel kept insisting. It's a newer place, good reviews, high-end, smart cabin. That phrase should have worried me. Smart cabin, anything that watches you while pretending to help is never really empty. We arrived just before dark. Snow covered the road so badly we nearly missed the turn. The driveway curved through thick pine trees and ended in front of a 2-story black cabin with floor-to-ceiling windows. Modern, beautiful, cold, no smoke from the chimney. No tire tracks except ours. No footprints anywhere around it. Yet the front porch light turned on the second we stepped out of the car. Motion sensor, I told myself. Inside looked expensive. Automatic lights, voice-controlled speakers, thermostat screens, security tablet on the kitchen counter. Every room spotless, too spotless. Like nobody had ever lived there. Daniel was impressed. He kept saying we should come back in summer. I kept noticing things. The house smelled faintly metallic. There were no family photos, no books, no board games, nothing personal, just furniture placed perfectly, like a staged home. The welcome message on the tablet read, "Welcome guests. Please do not tamper with installed devices." Installed devices, plural. I asked Daniel if he saw that. He laughed. Probably smoke alarms. Maybe, but smoke alarms don't need warnings. We unpacked upstairs. There were 2 bedrooms. I took the smaller one facing the woods. Daniel took the master room across the hall. The bed in my room faced a large window. Beyond it was nothing but black forest. No moonlight, no stars, just my own reflection. I closed the curtain immediately. While setting my bag down, I noticed a tiny blinking light near the ceiling vent. Red, then gone. I stared at it. Nothing. I convinced myself it was reflection from the thermostat in the hallway. That night we ordered food before losing signal. Delivery never came. At 9:12 p.m. The speakers throughout the house crackled. Then a calm female voice said, "Front door opened." We both looked toward the entrance, still closed, locked. Daniel laughed nervously. "Buggy system." Then the same voice said, "Motion detected in hallway." We stepped into the upstairs hall. No one there, the house was silent. Then, motion detected in guest bedroom. My room, we ran inside, empty, closet empty, under bed empty, window locked, curtains still closed. Daniel unplugged the tablet from the wall. The screen stayed on battery backup. He muted notifications. For about an hour, everything stopped. We played cards, tried to relax. At 11:03 p.m., I went upstairs alone to brush my teeth. As I passed my bedroom, I heard whispering inside, very low, like two people trying not to be heard. I froze. Then pushed the door open fast. No one, but the curtain was open again. I know I closed it. The black forest stared back at me, and in the reflection of the window, I saw someone standing behind me. I spun around, nothing there. When I looked back to the glass, the figure was gone. I didn't tell Daniel, I should have. Around midnight, snow started falling harder. The power flickered once, then steadied. Then every speaker in the cabin came alive at the same time, static, then breathing, slow breathing, wet breathing. Moving from room to room through the speaker system. Kitchen, living room, stairs, hallway, my bedroom. Daniel ripped cords from walls, still breathing. He smashed one speaker with a fireplace poker. The sound moved to another room. Then the female voice returned, guest bedroom camera obstructed. We both stopped moving. Daniel looked at me. What did it say? I already knew. Camera. We searched the room, smoke detector, vent, clock, mirror, frame, nothing obvious. Then I looked at the black decorative screw in the wall beside the bed, tiny lens in the center. Watching directly where someone would sleep. Daniel found another in his room, then another in the shower vent, then one hidden in the living room bookshelf. Not security cameras, spy cameras. Whoever owned this place had been watching everything. We grabbed our bags immediately. Front door wouldn't unlock. The smart lock beeped red. Daniel tried the manual latch, jammed. The tablet screen turned itself back on. A live camera feed appeared. My room, then Daniel's room, then living room, then one angle from outside the cabin showing us standing at the front door. Someone was watching live. Then text appeared on the screen, please return to your rooms. Daniel smashed the tablet, black screen. Then the upstairs bedroom door slowly opened by itself. No sound, just movement. Inside the dark room something shifted, too tall, too thin, standing beside the bed. We ran to the back sliding door, frozen shut, wouldn't move. Then footsteps began upstairs, heavy, slow, coming down one step at a time, not rushed, confident, as if it knew there was nowhere to go. Daniel grabbed a kitchen knife. I grabbed the fire extinguisher. The footsteps reached the first floor, but no one appeared. Then we heard another set of footsteps upstairs, then another, different pacing, different weight. There was more than one person in the house. I don't know how. Hidden rooms, wall passages, basement access, I still don't know. The lights shut off, complete darkness. Then a flashlight beam turned on from the far side of the living room, pointing directly at us, someone holding it. We bolted through the side laundry door and threw ourselves into the snow. I don't remember feeling cold. We just ran, trees, branches. Ice falling, getting up, running again. Behind us, lights moved through the woods, not one flashlight, several. They weren't chasing fast. They were walking, like they knew we'd tire out. We found the car by luck. Daniel dropped the keys twice trying to unlock it. We fishtailed down the mountain road and didn't stop until sunrise. When police went back with us later that day, there was no cabin, not burned down, not abandoned. Gone, just a flat clearing in the snow, no driveway tracks, no foundation, no utility lines, nothing. Only one thing remained. A wooden post near the road with a small metal sign screwed into it. It read, property closed to GUSTS, and beneath it, freshly carved by hand, we still have the footage. I never learned who built that place. I never learned how it disappeared. But 3 weeks later, I got an email from an unknown sender. No text, just one video attachment. It was me, sleeping in that bed, recorded from inside the wall. If you are new here, subscribe to Tales of the Dark, where every story gives you a nightmare. And if you've ever stayed somewhere that felt wrong, share your story below.